welcome to W.M.S.T. This is episode number 17. Here is the cast. We've got a smaller group here tonight. We've got Editor-in-Chief Ziggler.
Hello, audience. I slay for the gays like Cam.
You're not going to let Cam live down that moment. I still want to know what he meant by that, but whatever. Speaking of Cam, got the man with absolutely no gimmicks, Cam.
I have no money for Double or Nothing.
Yeah, I guess he went all in and went all broke out.
I went Double or Nothing, and I lost.
All of it. And we've got that.
Imagine
boy,
if the pay-per-view is called Double or Nothing, they just lose everything. Like they didn't make any money.
Oops.
Like, damn, we should have spent. We should have went all in.
Big oopsie. And we've got Hound.
Big
Episode 17 already. That's so crazy.
I know we've been doing this for like 18 weeks if you count that trial episode.
Oh yeah, because of the first one.
Did we ever release that pilot episode?
I think it did.
I don't even think I have it.
Yeah, I
you
think
have it still?
Yeah, I have it, and I did release it. It's like the first W.M.S.T video. It's a like 5-minute video. You can check it out later.
That was not fun. We did like an hour video. What?
I think it was just the intros, like the first intro.
Okay.
It was like,
Yeah.
hey guys, what's up?
Yeah, but I think you have the pilot, unaired pilot. All right.
Maybe that will be like our 50th episode or something.
Yeah. Release the cringe footage.
With all old news.
Yeah.
Let's just release all of our editing stuff.
Oh yeah, Ziggler's got a lot of those.
Yeah, like all bloopers.
Right.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Watch us add like absolute asses for free.
Right. All right. So you guys ready to talk some news tonight?
Yep.
Yeah. We had a big one last week. Variety was reporting that Robert Pattinson was casted as the new Batman in Matt Reeves' solo Batman movie. Now, I know a lot of people had a lot of strong opinions on the casting. Now, personally, for me, when I heard that news, it took me about 5 seconds to like process it. And then I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. This is actually a great choice for Batman. I know a lot of people like to think of him as the guy from Twilight or even the guy from Harry Potter, but I feel like that's kind of unfair to him because he has done so much great stuff outside of those franchises. And I've been able to like go back and look at some of his work, and I'm like, yeah, this guy has been putting in work, trying to repair his image. He's been in some really good movies like Good Time, Cosmopolis, and there's a clip I'm going to send you guys. I saw this clip on YouTube, and I'm like, man, if he brings this kind of intensity to the Batman role, it's going to be amazing. It's from like a movie called Bel-Ami. It's a really cool scene. But yeah, he's done a lot to repair his image and done a lot of great work in the indie movie scene. So, but I was really happy with the casting choice. Also, he's going to be in Christopher Nolan's movie next year. It's called Tenet. It's like a spy espionage. It's got him. It's got John David Washington casted as co-star. So I think he's going to get a lot of experience working with the Nolan, kind of prepare him for another blockbuster. And we know Nolan is the godfather of Dark Knight movies.
Every Nolan movie is great.
True. And yeah. And
also, Aaron Taylor Johnson's in the movie.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. Nolan has an eye for talent. Like, if Pattinson is good enough for Nolan, like, we don't have anything to complain about. Like, people were complaining when Nolan casted Heath Ledger as Joker, and now look at everybody. Like, they consider him as one of the greatest Joker performances of all time. So, like it's one of those things where people have this mob mentality of thinking the worst outcome, but sometimes you just got to let the professionals do their job. And like, I think they know what they're doing casting Pattinson, who's going to be, I think, really good as the next Batman. And yeah, overall, Warner Brothers should be commended for going after bold choices for their roles. I think Warner Bros. Is one of the few studios who's really not afraid to experiment with different kind of movies and different kind of actors. Especially, they're not afraid to go after star power, even if somebody's from a different franchise. They'll still go after him, like Pattinson. So, yeah, overall, I think this is a positive news, and I seriously can't wait to see Robert Pattinson's take on The Dark Knight. So let's get to the cast. Ziggler, your take.
Oh yeah, I first heard about this like it was Thursday it came out. Yeah, it was Thursday it came out. And I heard about like around midnight after I got out of the John Wick chapter 3 showing because I turned my phone off like a respectful adult. And yeah, I was surprised when I first saw the news. I was like, holy shit, Robert Pattinson's Batman. I mean, well, he's not like technically Batman yet. He's still like in negotiations because I think it's up with him and Nicholas Hoult. But if I had to choose, I would choose Robert Pattinson over Nicholas Hoult because I think Robert Pattinson would like make like a great Batman, and Nicholas Hoult would. I think he would be a great Riddler to Robert Pattinson's Batman. So yeah, I mean, I think it's great news, and I think it's a great step forward for the DCEU.
Sounds good. And Cam, your take?
I first saw it just scrolling on Instagram. I usually follow this page that talks about movie news, and it confirmed, and it showed it said Pattinson's going to be the next Batman, and I was on, oh, that's actually quite fascinating. Now, Pattinson, a lot of people just know him as, oh, Edward Cullen from Twilight. Those movies are trash. Why did I like this when I was younger? When Pattinson is actually a great actor, he's proved to be an actually talented actor and more than just the sparkly vampire dude. Meanwhile, he actually hated those movies. So we'll see
Right.
what happens when the movie comes out. Because they're still in negotiations. I hope to see him as Batman. He could do quite well.
Yeah, very true. I agree with you.
Y'all think Kristen Stewart's gonna play Catwoman?
Probably not. I haven't heard anything about
No.
that.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, that would be
No.
pretty funny, but
Wait, I think
Oh, the irony.
I think Vanessa Hudgens is gonna play Catwoman.
yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
know-
the one I've heard.
Yeah, I heard something about that. It's a good choice, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen her in anything other than High School Musical, so
That's
I
not
don't
a
have an opinion because
not a
that's
good
not a
sample
good.
Clearly,
size.
she's a decent actress.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
hey,
so
if Matt Reeves sees something in her that then
yeah, Matt
trust
Reeves
him.
is strict about his casting too. So
yeah, definitely. That's a good one. And Hound, your take on the casting?
I honestly really like the idea of being Batman, but I'm gonna like save my full judgment until the movie is actually like out in theaters, because no one knows if they're gonna like it or even hate it, or yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Like I feel like that goes back to the point of don't knock it till you try it kind of thing. People, need to like ease off of that mob mentality and kind of let the performers actually be performers and do their thing. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So with that, let's move on to our next topic. Last week, Ziggler reviewed John Wick Chapter 3. Now, I didn't get to get this beforehand, but I think, Cam, did you see John Wick Chapter 3 yet?
No.
Okay, I haven't either. So, Ziggler, would you care to give us your spoiler review for John Wick Chapter 3?
are you sure you want me to spoil it for you?
Yeah, last week we had the non-spoiler, so this week let's just spoil it. Go ahead.
All right. I mean, there's not much to spoil. It's just like other than there are a lot of just gnarly kills in this. Like I just love this movie. I love the John Wick franchise, and Keanu Reeves just is John Wick. I mean, this is his best performance in John Wick Chapter 3. I believe it's his best performance, and it was just a great movie. And I can't wait for John Wick Chapter 2 because they just announced that this past week. It's coming out like in 2021, and John Wick is gonna fight alongside his friend Lawrence Fishburne. You know him, Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, from the Matrix.
His fellow Matrix guy and Giant Man from Ant-Man, or not Giant Man. Fuck, what was his name? Goliath. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're gonna go and fight the high table in the fourth one. So that's gonna be fun as hell. So I can't wait for that. But yeah, this movie was just awesome. And again, there's like not really much to spoil about this movie because, yeah. Also, John Wick loses a finger, so that's cool.
Damn.
He loses a guy. He cuts off his own finger just to stay alive. It's the power of survival.
Yeah, I seriously can't wait to watch this movie after my school ends. It's gonna be like the first summer movie I watch.
Yeah, it's so good. If you like fucking action, like pure action, you're gonna love this movie.
Yeah, and what was your favorite fight scene?
My favorite fight scene was I actually have three. They're tied. The first one is when they're like, is the beginning fight scene the beginning fight scene like with like the knife fighting. I love knife fighting. So like when John Wick is like fighting with knives, I fucking love that. I just love knives more than guns. But yeah, the knife fighting in the first act, and then him on a fucking horse killing guys on motorcycles was awesome to see. And also my second favorite fight scene was the one with Halle Berry and John Wick and her two dogs.
Yeah, dogs.
Yeah, the dogs in this movie is like the best use of dogs in action movie I've ever seen. It was fucking mind blowing and amazing. And the third one is when like John Wick is fighting those like two guys I talked about yesterday, and Sean gave me shit for like saying their names wrong because I don't want to murder their names again, so I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I definitely can't wait to watch it. And your score is still the same from last week?
Yeah.
9.7 out of 10. I think that score is pretty much gonna stand now.
Yeah, it's so good. Please check it out if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was gonna watch it again, but you sold me on it again. So yeah, definitely can't wait to watch it. All right, let's talk about Money in the Bank. I know a lot of I know a lot of people have a lot of opinions about the Lesnar stuff, but I personally thought it was a fun show overall. The thing with WWE nowadays is Raw and SmackDown. I just can't sit through both of the shows. Even SmackDown nowadays, I just don't have the time and the capacity to just take in the shows. So I can't really tell you what the weekly.
Short.
Right, SmackDown is shorter, so it's like better. But I feel like the overall pay-per-views this year have been really fun. Like that's one thing with them. Like Raw and SmackDown, it's like been whatever.
Like the Royal Rumble was great. Fastlane was surprisingly great.
Right.
Chamber actually had its moments.
Right. That just speaks to their depth and their talent. Like when they are focused on the in-ring product, which the pay-per-views usually are, it turns out to be a really fun show, and that's what I thought. This was a fun show. I mean, the build-up wasn't the best Money in the Bank build-up, but the pay-per-view itself was really awesome and fun. Becky Lynch lost her one belt to Charlotte Flair. And
unfortunately.
Of course, yeah, unfortunately.
Thank goodness I didn't like the Undisputed Champion Becky thing.
Yeah, I know you're not a fan of that. I personally kind of wanted to see where they can, like, what the limit was for her to, like, be this Undisputed Champion. Because, like, the brand split's like, whatever, like, fuck the brand split. That's what WWE's like.
I say her getting them involved in the SmackDown bout of Mania kind of ruined the split for me.
Right, that's true.
It wasn't needed. Why do you need to throw it in there just for the hell of it?
Right, exactly. It's like either commit to it or like don't. But they're like kind of half-assing it in a way. But yeah, she ended up losing that belt, and Bayley ended up cashing in. That was like probably the weakest match. The Bayley winning the Money in the Bank, the ladder match, women's ladder match.
It was rather short.
Yeah, it was pretty short too, and I was surprised that Bayley won. I was like, okay, sure.
But yeah, the match was literally. No, I'll just wait until we get our reviews in.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right though. But yeah, the other thing is though, they kind of copied and pasted last year's Money in the Bank. I know you're probably gonna bring that point up, but I just can't wrap my head around why they would do that. It's like we almost saw it coming. We imagined it in our head, and it just happened. Where I was like, well, I guess they're not much for subtlety there. So yeah, I guess this will be a good thing for Bailey to like us kind of repair her character in a way, and Becky can focus on her Raw feud, which I think anyways is getting more focus when she was with the two belts. And of course, Brock wins the Money in the Bank ladder match after 10 seconds of entering the match. The match itself, like all six guys put their bodies
Wasn't
on the
there
line.
seven?
Was there seven? Oh, sorry, my bad.
Like they
I
kept
thought.
saying, "Oh, it's 7 people in the ring."
Yeah,
Sami
it's
Zayn is
7.
out.
It was
Oh,
Braun
8,
Strowman
but
is
seven.
Sammy
out.
got out.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, usually the Money in the Bank matches have like 7 people, so I was like, oh, -1, that's 6. Okay, never mind. But yeah, all of them put their bodies on the line. Like Finn had some of the most brutal spots. The man was getting bounced from ladder to ladder. That one spot where Andrade sunset flipped him on the ladder and bounced like 2 times. That looked horrible. Ricochet getting put through the ladder, Ali getting put through that table. So
The
many
Spanish
great spots.
fly spot.
Oh yeah, the Spanish fly spot. Now the funny thing about that spot is I was watching it with my brother and he was like, "That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Why would he do that?" I'm like, "That's what happens in these matches. Sometimes logic gets thrown out the window when you're
It's
trying to go for high
car
spots."
crash wrestling.
Right, car crash wrestling. Now that's where it leads to. Ali had the chance to uh, go up and get the briefcase. Now, it's one of those things production wise, you're like, okay, the camera's panning towards Ali for way too long. Something's going on, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, something's gonna happen, and Brock's music hits. Uh, at first, I was actually so happy. I was like, yes, Ali's gonna win. This is great. But then Brock's music hit. I was like kind of confused. I was like, whose music is that? And then Brock comes out, knocks over Ali. He actually hits a cameraman with the ladder before entering the ring.
Legit.
Knocks off Ali. Goes up, gets the briefcase, and
Dick
yep,
move.
I know, dick move. I was really disappointed, mostly because I felt like the other guys worked just so hard just for Lesnar to come in and just win the whole thing. Now, the hypocrisy here is it was reported earlier in the month that WWE was trying to fix the ladder match where they weren't able to build any superstars for the past few years. So this year they wanted to do that, and they had a great chance. They could have given it to Ali, McIntyre, or Sammy, But
Hell, you could have gave it to Baron again.
right, I mean, even that would have been like, okay, fine, you can
At
have
least you're
that.
building them up.
Right, exactly. At least you're building him up. But
I
Lesnar
mean,
is
I
already
think it's also like, because like what's like salty like about this about me, like I just think it's like, because he wasn't even in the match, like he just like ran in. I just think it'd be cool like if he actually did the whole match.
right, exactly. I mean,
But
I
it
would have
would
been.
be stupid to actually think.
I mean, that
Brock
would have
Lesnar
been,
in a ladder match.
It would
yeah,
have been
no, it
better.
would be weird, but it would be like better. Like say like Randy Orton was like the last guy to come to the ring. It'd be cool. Like all of a sudden you hear Brock Lesnar's music. Like, oh shit, he's gonna be in this match now. Instead of just like him like coming 10 seconds like
Right.
left
I
in the
feel like
match.
people would have been less mad if like Lesnar at least did like maybe 1 or 2 awesome spots and then got the briefcase. Yeah, it would suck that a future like a no name didn't get the uh, briefcase, but somebody that's already made a name for himself got the briefcase. It's just counterproductive. Like Lesnar can just literally ask for a match and he would get it. He doesn't need the briefcase. Ali needs the briefcase. McIntyre needs it. So I mean, it's a wasted opportunity in my opinion. Now we gotta wait till next year to see if some other up and comer can win the Money in the Bank briefcase. But yeah, let's get to the cast now. Cam, your thoughts on Money in the Bank this year?
It was more of a mixed bag, more positive, more negative. For most of the show, it's the ladder matches and the 2 world title matches and Becky's title matches. But other than that, it was mostly U.S. title match that went short. The steel cage match that I didn't really care about. The cruiserweight title match that ended up being pretty decent, and that Roman match that ended up being a skit. But other than that, the 2 world title matches were really excellent. Rollins and AJ was excellent. The Kofi Owens match was really good also. The Becky title booking, I actually predicted this like weeks beforehand, and I'm glad they did it. WWE, I'm expecting a check in the mail someday.
Vince wants to know your location.
Like, you know my location. I've ordered stuff from shop before. As for the Lesnar getting the briefcase, it's unexpected, but I'm kinda accepting it in a way. But hey, at least I'm kind of accepting it in a way. It's kind of like
Boombox
a
Lesnar.
teasing type of thing. Oh yes, the meme. The meme.
Yeah, I know you've been
Anyway.
posting it all week. I'm like, yeah, I'm
What, him
enjoying
and that
this.
boombox thing?
Yeah,
Yeah, that meme is so great. I love it so much.
yeah, sounds good. And Hound, your take on Money in the Bank?
It was fun. Rollins vs. Styles was the match of the night. The men's ladder match was good. I feel for poor Finn Balor. I thought all the spots were just amazing. And I mean, it was good all the way till Brock Lesnar fucked it up. And I very much regret it over watching the Supergirl finale. And then when I went to watch it the next day, it was amazing. It was an amazing finale and a lot better than Money in the Bank. So I actually regret watching Money in the Bank over Supergirl, even though Money in the Bank is my like favorite pay per view. But yeah.
You're like the only guy I know that watches Supergirl. I've never heard that.
No, I can't be.
Yeah,
Wait,
you are.
somebody in here watches Supergirl?
Of course, it's Hound.
I watch all the CW shows except for Black Lightning because it's not really
I
like
mean,
a
Of course
big
it's you.
universe.
The only CW show I watch is The Flash, because The Flash is so goddamn good.
Damn right.
But
Right.
I mean, I tried watching Supergirl, and I was just like, nah, this ain't it, fam.
Season 4 is probably the best season, to be honest.
I don't even like Supergirl in the crossover episodes they have.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's too, what's the word? Cunty. Is that the right word? I don't know.
Like
I'm
Captain
like-
Marvel.
I'm like thinking of that word in my head, and Ziggler said it. It's crazy. Yeah. And Ziggler, your take on Money in the Bank?
I mean, the match that I'm kind of most pissed about is the Rey Mysterio and Samoa Joe. I mean, these are like two of the best workers today. And Rey Mysterio is an all-time great. He's one of the greatest of all time. And Samoa Joe, he's on his way up there because Samoa Joe is just so goddamn good. Let him have like a awesome 15, 20-minute classic because I know both of these guys can go. Don't have them like in like a 2-minute roll-up finish, and the roll-up was botched. Like, what the hell? That I mean, I don't know if it was meant to be botched.
The match wasn't even 2 minutes, and they cut it short because like Samoa Joe started bleeding, I think.
Like,
But
they
yeah,
cut both of their matches short because of injury.
Yeah, that's
Like, let these two go at it, probably.
Like, I really want them to have like a nice, awesome, like 15, 20-minute match because I know they can do it.
maybe at SummerSlam we'll get it.
And yeah, but also Styles and Rollins, it was a great match, definitely a match of the night, and I can't wait for their second match hopefully to come soon, maybe at SummerSlam, I don't know. Like, it'll be awesome like to see them like a 35 minute classic. They can do it. They can fucking do it. What we saw Money in the Bank was only like half of what they can do. They can do so much more. And I hate Brock with a passion. I just hate Brock Lesnar. I just hate his person. I just hate the wrestler Brock Lesnar. I thought he was gone after WrestleMania, and then when he retired from mixed martial arts, I was like, okay, this guy is just trying to get more money or something like that. And then when he came back to WWE, I was like, fuck you. I do not want to see you on my TV. I do not want to see you in my MMA. I do not want to see you in my wrestling. Just go off and retire and fuck your Sable. But
So you've
yeah.
always hated him.
I just don't like him. I mean,
I've been
he
hating
was
Brock Lesnar before. It was cool.
he was okay at first, I guess, but he's definitely overstayed his part-time welcome.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah. All right. So just quickly before we move on to our next topic, our subtopic, I wanted to talk about the 24/7 title. Not much happened on Raw and SmackDown really, but the big announcement was the 24/7 title. Now, quickly, I just really thought it was kind of a surprise in a way that they didn't just like bring back the hardcore title, like they had to spin their way around and they were like, oh, it's the 24/7 title. Everything
They just
about
had the
the
PG-ify the thing.
right, everything about the concept is pretty much the hardcore title except the name and the design itself. I think other than the look of the title and the name of the title, I think this is an absolutely great idea. I think it can create some fun and wacky moments. We already had what was probably like a very entertaining 15 minutes of Raw that I actually ended up going on YouTube and actually seeking because I was like actually interested in it. And it was mostly lower card guys, so it gives them something to do. And I liked how. What was that?
Apparently, they're calling it the Jobber title, like backstage.
I mean, whatever. That makes sense
I
to
mean,
me.
that's what it is.
Right. Yeah.
I also read another rumor that like USA like gave them like a
Idea.
list, and
Yeah.
like 24/7 was like on it, and they like had to do it because like ratings.
You know,
and it just
USA
sucked.
Network is kind of a questionable creative direction giver because they were the
What
ones
if
that were like,
they're the reason why they're so bad? What
well,
if they're the what if they want to do more things? Like, we want to do this, but like, no, you have to do. No, USA says you have to do this because ratings.
right,
Yeah,
exactly.
like
Actually,
they can't even go overtime anymore. Like Raw like ends right at 11.
yeah, actually, the thing is, USA Network was the one that was like, the authority is really awesome. We should have them more on TV. Like that was back in like 2015 or something like that. So
Really?
that just tells you how much they like know wrestling.
Are wrong.
Right, exactly. But yeah,
Then
other
again,
than
the overtime thing is actually for the better.
true, yeah. I
Yeah,
think having a
probably.
hard cap is better than them going into overtime every single time. But yeah, overall though, like they had some really cool skits on Twitter and Instagram with R-Truth and Drake Maverick doing some wacky stuff, chasing the title and all. So it kind of creates like a spontaneous feeling to the product that's I think it's really missing. But yeah, overall I think it's a fun idea. Nothing too bad. Just maybe the title name and the design could use some work. But yeah, the concept, it's a solid thumbs up from me. And Cam, your thoughts?
Concept and name I actually like. I mean, it's basically the exact same thing, only like we can't say hardcore on TV anymore. So how do we work our way around it? I don't know. Just use it 24/7. That works. But the design isn't really that good. It looks like the Greatest Royal Rumble trophy and the Attitude Era World title just had an offspring. It just doesn't look that good. It looks like a gold record, to be honest. I mean, imagine the title. Imagine this as an idea instead of the title here. Why not pay homage to the original by using a smashed up spinner belt?
Oh, that's a good one. I liked how somebody called it the Sprite Championship or something on Twitter because it looks
Uh,
like a green bottle of Sprite or something. I don't know. I think maybe you posted it. I don't know who posted it.
I just said
I don't drink Sprite. I drink
kept saying
alcohol.
I just compared it to the Gen 3 Pokemon games.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, that was a lot of reactions.
The concept's actually really fun, to be honest. It's actually introducing a lot of great stuff and something that the show has been lacking for a very long time. Like, you wanted something along the lines of the hardcore title for years, so here they're doing it, and yet people don't really like it. I like it. It's actually
yeah.
it's actually really fun.
I love it. Yeah.
And plus, they're using social media to their advantage with the thing. I mean, R-Truth and Drake Maverick are using it to their advantage, and they're probably one of the better things that I really like when I'm scrolling through Twitter or Instagram. Like, have you seen this man? Have you seen this man? Maverick hasn't. Apparently, Drake Maverick has sent out a tweet that he hasn't showered in 4 days.
The man's going crazy.
But they have to actually put a lot of effort and be creative and imaginative with the thing. Like, you have to go all out with this thing. Like, who knows what they can do? Who knows what kind of skits they can do with this thing? Like, imagine them trashing a Walmart or something with this thing.
Yeah, recreate that Austin supermarket scene.
So other than that, I enjoy the concept of the name, but not the title design.
True. Yeah. And Hound, your take?
I honestly love this idea like so much because like growing up in the like 2010s, like when I first started watching wrestling, I would always like go on YouTube and like search up clips of like stuff that happened way back then in WWE, aka like I'll look up stuff from the Attitude Era, and like the hardcore titles like sorry, was like one of the things I loved the most. I thought that was like the coolest thing, and like the 24-hour rule. Like, yo, this is the coolest thing. Why would they bring it back? And I'm glad they finally brought it back. Like, what, 20 years later or something. Everything about this title is perfect except for the name and the title design. It looks like it was designed by like a child. Like, seriously, like the gold and the green. Like, what? I don't know. I like the idea. I'm just glad.
Hey, gold and green is the color of the WBC World Heavyweight title. Watch your mouth.
Wait, who?
The same title that Muhammad Ali won.
Oh. Well, that's cool, I guess.
It's the same color as the Money in the Bank briefcase.
True. And like, I can't wait for all the memes and like that's already been happening kind of with like R-Truth and Drake Maverick that you guys have mentioned. And yeah, I just hope they don't like cancel this title like halfway through in WWE for like a long time. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, for sure. And Ziggler?
This is just another WWE nostalgia act that will probably die in a year, maybe less. I mean, WWE are relying on their nostalgia now. They can't think of a new, good, bright idea, and they just have to let the past die. Kill it if you have to. Yeah, I guess it's R-Truth has it, and R-Truth is a fun character, in my opinion. I don't know what they're gonna do with this title because it literally means nothing. Like, it just literally means nothing. It's just another throwaway title, and it's not gonna get you. It's not gonna get you like closer to like a world title shot or like even like an intercontinental or U.S. title shot. It's just, yeah.
Also, this is the second title that they've introduced this year. Like, back in February, they just introduced women's tag belts, and they're barely using them.
Yeah, the women's tag belts are pretty useless too.
Yeah, they're like only good for the Iconics because they're the only like actual like team.
They're making new teams.
I mean,
they got the Kabuko. I don't know.
Warriors. Pirates.
I honestly love that name though, to be honest, on a low key.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good name at all. It's kind of borderline racist, but okay.
Oof.
I heard they came up with. I heard Oscar and Sane actually came up with it themselves.
Well, they're not professional writers, so they need to hire some professional writers. Stick
Right.
to what you're good at.
I just hope the Iconics have it for like, I don't know, like 100 days maybe. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I
They'll
mean,
probably get it because there's not that much competition.
yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
they
true.
need to kind of just make a small point. They need to actually implement the rule of which they already presented of the title floating between brand to brand, SmackDown, NXT, NXT UK. That can kind of be a fun concept they can play with.
I would love if like during like a takeover, R-Truth just shows up and like some random NXT dude just pins him. That would be like that's like
Right.
never happen.
Right, exactly.
They could do that for 25.
True.
It's next
Or yeah,
week.
takeover 25. Yeah.
Yeah, Archers could be like, wait, I thought this was SmackDown or Raw or something, and then
Like I
gets
thought
pinned.
this was Super Showdown.
I thought,
Oh no.
Bruh, that would be funny. All right.
So wait, if there's like a 50-man battle royal at the Super Showdown, right?
Yep.
Yes.
If R-Truth
like-
is in
Uh-huh.
it, can he get pinned for the title?
I mean,
Well,
I
it is the
assume so.
24/7
Yeah.
title.
So like, can it be like another match like happen within a match?
Matchception.
Matchception.
I would assume
The-
so.
The wrestler would have to call in a referee to count it because the referee has to be with the wrestler.
I mean,
to
there's like
count.
referees around the ring during battle
Right.
royals, right?
So he would be like,
But he probably had to
sig-
slide out of the ring and just like, ref, come in here.
yeah, signal to the ref like, come into the ring.
Just
then-
have your personal ref. Your own
Right.
personal ref, Mike Chioda.
Right. Pay off the refs. All right. So with that, let's talk about Double or Nothing, AEW, the show that might change wrestling forever. A lot of hype surrounding the show. Let's talk. I'm gonna go over the card, and you guys just give me a match that you're looking forward to the most. So the matches we have for AEW Double or Nothing so far is the Casino Battle Royale, as they're calling it. Really cool name. Apparently, they're gonna do like a actual draw of like the cards, like the card, I don't know what you call the card game because I'm not much into it, but like the winner of that card game,
Blackjack.
right? Blackjack. So like the winner of that game, who draws the biggest king or queen, I think it's
So
called.
they're playing cards
Right.
instead
as
of
the,
in a battle royal.
as
If
the
they
name
draw
suggests.
like a Joker, then they get like a championship. Like
No, if they draw the Joker, they enter the match last, is what I heard.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah. So that's pretty
Hangman.
cool.
Hangman is gonna draw Joker
Yeah.
No, he's
Hopefully.
injured.
and gonna win.
His knee's
Yeah.
like effed up or something.
Oh yeah,
Sure-
I forgot
sure it
they
is.
canceled that match.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Well,
it's quote unquote effed up.
Yeah, I feel like it's part of a bigger angle though, so we'll see how that goes down.
Is
Yeah,
the whole Pac thing real? Like he's not gonna be in AEW anymore?
I mean, it's
I
speculative
hope
right
not.
now. I'm thinking it's an angle, really. I don't think they'll let Pac go so easily. Like, that's not possible, really. But yeah, other than that, the other pre-show match we have is Kip Sabian versus Sammy Guevara. So we were just talking about Sammy last week with Josiah. So that's pretty cool to see Josiah's sort of banter be on the
Should be on the main
A-
card though.
Yeah, it definitely should be. But yeah, that should be a really fun match. Then we have the best friends, Chucky T and Trent Beretta versus Angelico and Jack Evans. That's a tag team match. The other one we have is SCU versus Strong Hearts from the Oriental Wrestling promotion that AEW is
This
working with.
is the worst town I've ever been in.
Yeah, he said that during the Chicago show, and like actually he didn't
Oh,
get to
there's
finish that one.
those guys.
Yes,
I kept seeing the
SCU.
shirt.
SCU. Yeah, those guys.
SCU.
Yep. And
SCU.
we have the
Frankie
women's.
Kazarian, the first ever PWG World Heavyweight Champion. Go on.
Oh yeah,
Bad influence forever and ever.
true. And we've got the women's triple threat match: Britt Baker versus Kylie Ray versus Nyla Rose. Could be turned into a AEW Women's Title match. That's a speculation I've heard, but we'll see how that goes down. And we've got brother versus brother, Cody versus Dustin Rhodes, a match that we should have probably seen at WrestleMania, but we're gonna get it at Double or Nothing. Then we've got Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho. The winner of
Round,
this
I lost
match,
count.
yeah. So the winner of this match becomes a number one contender for the AEW World Title, and the winner of the Casino Battle Royal is also the number one contender. So the winner of that match fights either Kenny or Chris Jericho for the AEW title. And then the main event.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does Cody still have that title that he like beat Magnus for at All In?
No,
No, he lost
Magnus
it.
has it, I
NWA
think.
title?
Oh, okay.
Doesn't Magnus have it again?
Yeah, NWA World Title. Magnus actually won it at a house show 2 weeks later. Yeah, I think that was like a one-off moment. But yeah, he lost that title to back to Magnus. Okay, and the main event I'm hearing, I don't think this might be the main event.
I heard
the
main event is Jericho and Kenny.
Yeah, either
Yeah, that's
that
the main one.
Either that or it's gonna be Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros for the triple A tag team titles. That should be a really fun match.
That's
Lucha
probably
Brothers
not
are.
happening.
Yeah, it's probably not, but that's what I heard a lot of people say it will be. But it'll be
I
cool
can see
though.
it starting the show for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Maybe
or
it's
it could
the
start the
WWE
show
ending,
like
Near the end,
like
probably.
a tag match.
like a hot way to start the show. Yeah, makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. So, what match are you guys looking forward to the most? Ziggler, which one are you looking forward to the most?
The match you just said, the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers. I mean, I loved all their matches in the PWG, their first meeting in the Battle of Los Angeles 2016. They have some good matches, good chemistry together, and that's literally the only match I'm looking forward to. Other than that, the card is pretty blah. I mean, I didn't like the first meeting between Omega and Jericho. I'm not a fan of Cody's, so I'm not a fan of Goldust really either. So I'm not looking forward to that match. I mean, yeah. And I was looking forward to Hangman and Pac. That was like, oh shit. I love both of these guys, and then that was called off for reasons that I'm not sure they're true or not, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it just feels like a bigger angle is going to be played here. I feel like there are 4 vacant spots in the Casino Battle Royal, so you can speculate as to who it's going to be, but it could be surprise entrance of maybe Pac, maybe Hangman Page, heck, maybe even John Moxley, or I don't know. This is a bit of a stretch, but CM Punk.
They're not gonna put CM Punk on the pre-show.
No, they're not.
And they're not gonna put John Moxley on the pre-show either.
They're gonna put that on the main card.
Yeah, that actually makes way more sense. And Moxley isn't able to compete in the ring until like another 3 months.
So I mean, can he like attack someone though?
Right, maybe he can just like do a promo during the show, something like that. Yeah, but that should be very exciting. And Hound, which match are you looking forward to the most?
I'll just wait, hold on. Yeah, so I'm just looking forward to the Kenny Omega versus Jericho match, honestly, because that's the match that really like because I love that match at the whatever Wrestle Kingdom it was. I love that All In when Jericho just showed up in the Pentagon Junior mask. That was like an amazing show. Like, oh my god, like Jericho. And then like I just really been loving this feud since Jericho like showed up in New Japan, and I can't wait to see how their second match is maybe tops their first one.
Yeah, that's gonna be hopefully tops their first outing. So yeah, gonna be a good one. And Cam, my boy, which one are you looking forward to the most?
AAA tag title and Jericho Omega. But other than that, I'm basically going into this thing blindfolded. I'm bird boxing my way through this.
Yeah, that's true. You can probably attest to, like, I think a lot of people who aren't familiar with the talent are going in like that. But it's kind of exciting. Like, it's like a new promotion.
I mean,
It's new fresh
like,
talent.
if you go in blindfolded, you're gonna miss the whole goddamn show. What the hell, dude?
But I do know most of these people. I know the Bucks. I know the Lucha Bros. I know Angelico and Jack Evans. I know them
Right.
from Lucha Underground. I know
Right.
Britt Baker and Kylie Ray. Of course, I know Jericho and Omega. I know Cody and Dustin.
Right. But like this, because there isn't like a lot of story building because they don't have like a weekly television. So it's like
that's not there yet.
right, exactly. So it's like an introduction to the world of this
So
new
this is basically
alternate
their
wrestling.
pilot.
Right, exactly. Their pilot. And I mean, it's gotta have to be a strong one for people to like really invest in it. And I think it's primed to be one of the best shows. But yeah.
And per the words of Brandy Rhodes, if you're not satisfied at the end of Double or Nothing, you're not a true wrestling fan.
Now, okay,
Bullshit.
I
That's
What the
bullshit.
fuck?
I actually have a problem with that saying because people like what they like. If somebody doesn't like Double or Nothing at the end of the night, that's their take. That's their prerogative. Like I have no problem with anybody like that. I think
Like, I
that's
know
a
you're
bit of a
trying to-
stretch.
I know you're trying to
Yeah,
hype it up and
that's
promote
too
it
much
and
confidence.
make it huge, but
Yeah, but I mean,
come on.
It's not Cody saying that. It's Brandy Rhodes saying that.
Not everybody's a fan of everything, you know. Like
Right,
not
exactly.
everybody liked Endgame.
Right.
Not
so,
everyone likes John Wick. Not everyone likes Fortnite. Not everyone likes Tyler the
WWE,
Creator. Not everyone
NJPW.
likes the
Or
Golden State
Spider-Man.
Warriors. Not
Right.
everyone likes. You get the picture.
Right, exactly. But yeah, we'll see how everybody feels at the end of Double or Nothing. All right. So with
Speaking
that,
of the Golden State Warriors,
oh yes.
Oh.
Speaking of the Golden State Warriors, they're headed to their 5th straight NBA Finals.
it feels that long.
Yeah, it's been 5
Yeah.
years. I still remember to this day watching Golden State and Cavs in the 2015 Finals. That was
And how
back
we
then.
all just how they ran out of gas.
Right,
in the end.
exactly. Yeah, it's been so long. But yeah, 5th straight finals. I gotta say, man, like I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, Warriors suck. They have so many All Stars, blah blah blah." But I feel like the team that got them to this point, since Kevin Durant went down, is the team they've drafted: Clay, Steph, Draymond. This is the core that got them.
How could people say
This-
the Warriors suck if they have so many All Stars?
How
Well,
can you say if they suck if they're so successful?
I know, right?
Right, exactly. See, that's the thing. When it's not your team being successful, you got to call them out. But they've drafted
This
their
is just the 2016, 2015 team again.
Yeah, they've drafted their all-stars. It's not like they traded for most of them. It's not like they have.
It's not like they came in.
Right.
Curry's
They've
been there for ages.
Right, they've drafted these guys. They have trained these guys, and they're bringing them to the promised land. So I think it's a great opportunity to see like the Warriors without Durant and see that, hey, look, they are actually good. They are a great team, one of the best offenses in the NBA. So yeah, still a really tough matchup, but I feel like if there's a team that's gonna push them off the pedestal, it's gonna be the Toronto Raptors. Now my bold prediction is almost there. The Raptors are leading 3-2 in the series. But yeah, what a collapse for the Bucks, losing 3 straight games. Tomorrow night, Saturday, they're gonna be there for Game 6. I feel like Toronto really should put them away in the next game, but beating them 4 in a row is going to be a tough task. But I still think it's Raptors in 7, and they're the ones who are going to face the Warriors in the NBA Finals, and that'll truly be a dogfight. And Cam, what was your take on it?
I'm probably thinking of Raptors in 7, but it'll probably be Bucks win on Saturday, and then they go at it at when is the 7th game?
The 7th game, if they go to Game 7, it's gonna be on Monday.
Then on Monday.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's really exciting though. What did you think of the Bucks struggling in game 5 to close out the game?
The struggles do happen. It's like it's kind of fascinating to see how the number one team is starting to slip a bit.
Right. That's true. And I think it's credit to the Raptors. Their defense has been really great. Their bench is stepping up big time. Van Vliet, who was not even a factor in the last 2 series, all of a sudden has hit 10 threes in the last 2 games. So yeah, the bench is really performing for them. And I feel like if they're at this level, they can really compete with the Warriors and heck, maybe even beat them, which I'm still predicting till now.
Like it's their all or nothing switch that's been turned on now.
Yeah, it's pretty much their end game. It's like Raptors. It's like whatever it takes.
Like we don't want them to snap the fingers again.
Right. It should be Kawhi should be the one snapping his fingers at the end of the NBA Finals.
Like Curry has the friggin' Larry O'Brien trophy. It's like I am inevitable. Snap doesn't work. And
Curry.
And then Kawhi.
I feel like the Raptors
just snaps.
I feel like the Raptors are gonna win tomorrow and just go to face the Golden State in the finals.
Yeah, that could happen. My thing is, I don't see them beating the Bucks 4 straight times, but it's gonna be very impressive if they do.
I mean, they already
Ziggler.
beat him 3 straight times.
Right, exactly.
What's another one?
Right, true. Yeah, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the NBA Finals. I think this year playoffs have been like so fun. But yeah, it's gonna be a really fun ending to the series, and eventual winner is I think is gonna have a great series with the Golden State Warriors. All right, speaking of great, exactly opposite of great was Game of Thrones finale. A lot of people were very disappointed. It was actually kind of an interesting thing to see because for years, I know Cam and I can kind of relate to this. We've always been hearing people say, dude, you gotta watch Game of Thrones. It's the best TV show ever. Now, it's not like I would say, nah, man, I don't want to watch it and stuff. It's just something I never got around to watching. But seeing the collapse, seeing how everything unraveled, it's like, okay, you guys see how the wrestling fans feel when WWE fucks up. So, Ziggler, our Game of Thrones guy, tell us about your disappointment in the finale. So, give us your spoiler review.
I mean,
and
have
don't
you all
hold back.
ever seen Dexter?
I think I've seen a few episodes.
Yeah, this was like this. The Dexter series finale was pure dog shit, and this series finale was pure dog shit times 2. I mean, all the wrong decisions that they could have made, they didn't. Like, like they actually fucking wrote this script. they actually put this on camera. Like, what the goddamn hell were they thinking? I mean, what I wanted, and I know it's like the cliche, like Lord of the Rings thing, but I still wanted it. I was still wanting Jon Snow to be the fucking king, because my man Jon Snow deserves to be the goddamn king. I mean, all the shit he's been through all his life, and now he's just back at the wall. Now he's just back with all these criminals, like, after his whole arc, after his, like, whole fucking journey, it all led to nothing. Like, he's not king. Like, that just really grinds my fucking gears. Like, he should have been king at the end of this, but no, they chose fucking Bran Stark, which, I mean,
Fuck Bran.
He's a fine character, but like, nah, he's not my king. Jon Snow's my king. And this episode was just really, really rushed too. Like, they killed Daenerys like 35 minutes in this thing, and like, she just turned heel last week, and now you just kill her off like that, like so easy. Like, they just killed her off so goddamn easy. They could have like spread it out like in like a few episodes, like maybe 2 or 3 episodes. They could have spread it out longer. They have the budget. They can do as many episodes as they want. But yeah.
Well, not
I was,
anymore, at least.
yeah, I know. But
No
they
more
could have.
suffering.
Yeah, I mean, I just this season. I mean, this episode just really disappointed me. It really just like this in the same night when Brock won. I was like, oh my gosh, like, what are you guys doing to me? You trying to kill me? It was just bad. I mean, just everything about okay. The beginning, like the first like 20-25 minutes was great. Everything after that was pure and utter bullshit. And that's like just not as harsh as I can go. But that's being nice. It was just D&D, Benioff and Weiss. I don't know what the fuck happened. They needed to get George R. Martin in the fucking creative writing rooms, because George R. Martin is not even a part of like the creative writing, which is bullshit to me. He should be. That's his creation. And D&D fucked it up.
Yeah, that's been the narrative. D&D ran out of source material to copy, and that's when the collapse happened. That's what I've been hearing a lot. Which is so disappointing.
And the thing with Jon Snow being king too, like, I know it's like the obvious choice with Jon Snow being king, but sometimes the obvious choice is the right choice. You know, it's like Becky winning at WrestleMania. That was obvious, and it was the right choice. This was obvious with Jon Snow, and they didn't go for it. Like, I guess they wanted to surprise us. No, I don't want a surprise. I want Jon Snow.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yes,
like
I think
it was like the equivalent of like Charlotte winning at Mania instead of Becky.
Right.
Or Ronda retaining.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, subverting expectation is something I think a lot of people are bothered by. This, I think this season. This is just pure speculation from what I've been seeing from the people's reaction. What I've heard is it's a lot of subverting expectation rather than building to a actual plot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I like this season. The season was pretty good. Yes, I didn't like a lot of the stuff in the season, but most of it was good. And then this episode happened.
Everything was fine and dandy until this happened.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. I didn't get all the hate, but now I do get all the hate. I mean, this kind of like this episode alone just pretty much killed this show in the conversation of greatest show of all time. I mean, it's still in the conversation, but kind of took like a backseat because of the last episode.
It has an asterisk.
A what?
Yeah, asterisk.
Asterisk, however you say the thing.
Yeah, basically, like, okay, the first 7 seasons, forget about season 8.
Yeah, I mean, you can literally you can literally just stop at season 8 and it'll be fine.
You mean season 7?
Season 7, yeah, season 7 you'd be fine, because they fuck up so many things, just like the Night King. They killed the Night King in one episode. He was supposed to be like a big threat, like he was supposed to be the Thanos, and they killed him off in one episode. Really? That's just bullshit.
It would be like, imagine if Thanos died 5 minutes into Infinity War.
Exactly. Imagine if Loki killed him.
Right. Actually, and as you guys know, D&D, Benioff and Weiss are gonna be heading the trilogy for Star Wars coming in 2022. So a lot of people are worried about that now.
I mean, how much more can they fuck it up than Rian Johnson already did? You know, I don't even care.
Exactly. At this point, it's like, all right, Star Wars is just fucked up. I'm good. Don't even care.
I mean, I like J.J. Abrams. He's a great director, but
True.
I'm not sure how he can bounce back.
Yeah.
Because Rian Johnson just fucked with everything from Force Awakens.
Right. I feel like that's Kathleen Kennedy's fault. Couldn't she have waited at least 1 year for JJ to come back and actually direct a proper sequel to Force Awakens? She keeps making these horrible decisions. Now she has Benioff and Weiss. If Benioff and Weiss actually stick the landing on the season 8 and actually gave the season a great send off, fans could have been like, oh shit, these guys are great, they're gonna do a great job. And now they have the stench of season 8's bad ending heading towards a Star Wars trilogy. So yeah, we'll see how that goes down.
It was just bad too, and I mean, yeah, D&D, like, yeah, they created the show, but they're like going a lot off the books though. Like a lot of like their story and the story arcs and character arcs were off the books. And then George R. Martin, the writer of the books, he took a while for the other books to come out, so they just went with the flow, I guess, and they fucked up.
Right. I mean, writing a book is hard. Like, it takes time to develop the characters.
Yeah.
That write like 10,000 plus words, so it's understandable. But yeah, they definitely fucked it up. Yeah. But yeah.
Wait, wouldn't this be like it? Like how it has like 10,000 pages and now they're splitting 2 movies?
Right. I mean, if Game of Thrones was a movie, I think it would have worked out.
That would be a long-ass movie, though.
How many hours would it be?
Probably like a trilogy, like a 3-hour.
I mean, like, I liked it better as a show because, like, it has, like, a lot, like more, like, character moments and, like, I don't know. I just think it'd be better. It's better as a show than a movie. Because a movie, I think, would be too rushed.
Right, true.
And there's more books, in the Game of Thrones series than there are in the Lord of the Rings series.
Right.
Or Harry Potter. Does it have more than Harry Potter?
I don't know. Harry Potter has like 8 movies, so.
Yeah, I think the Game of Thrones it's not called Game of Thrones, but like the first book was called Game of Thrones. But yeah, the series has about, I think, 6 books. I'm thinking 6 or 7 books.
I don't know. There's a lot. There's like Dance of Dragons, A Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones.
But yeah, they pretty much ran out of the material after season 6, I heard, and
I think it was season 5 they ran out.
Oh, really?
It was like in the middle of season 5, I believe.
So yeah, I guess the downfall was inevitable.
And season 6 was great though. Season 6 was great, and season 7, in my opinion, was great. I know a lot of people didn't like season 7, but I did. I was one of the few. And I did like season 8. Yes, there were some problems that I hated, but I liked it overall. But it's just that last episode just made it like the worst season to me.
Right. But yeah, with that, we're going to snap away Game of Thrones. Probably never going to talk about it ever again. Unless Ziggler mentioned something about it.
Like, hey, remember Game of Thrones?
I mean, I'm still like, I usually watch like a Game of Thrones episode like 2 or 3 times. Like after I watched it, I haven't watched it once after I saw it the first time.
Yeah, it just shows you how
Someday
much they fucked it up.
This episode is growing on me.
Because it just depressed me.
Right.
Like, this is not how I wanted it to happen.
Not this way.
Any other way but this.
Not this way. Damn it.
Yeah.
You ruined it.
You blow it.
You blow it all to hell. God damn you. Damn you all to hell. Great Charles Heston. Planet of the Apes.
Sorry, I've been just laughing like crazy. Yeah. All right. So with that, we're gonna cap off our episode. Thank you for tuning in for episode number 17, and we will see you guys next week. Peace.